There's a feeling you get sometimes, driving at night. No traffic, no noise, just the road. You know where you are, but you don't really know where you're going. Or maybe you do, but it just doesn't feel that way. That's the thing. Sometimes something doesn't make sense, and somehow it still makes sense to you. SWIMCORE isn't about explaining anything. It's about catching something midstream.
My, what won't they think of next?
Like you turned on a TV and it was already happening.
Stop!
No setup. No clean beginning. Just fragments. Music, animation, interviews, noise. Signals. And somewhere in all of that, you start to recognize a pattern.
You have a criminal addiction to fish. You have a criminal addiction to fish. Stealing April 9th, May 20th, June 6th, and 9th.
Not because it's clear, but because it feels familiar.
I think there's a way to cure him. Please don't send Heathcliff to jail, Your Honor.
Because the truth is, most of life doesn't arrive with explanations.
The prisoner is placed in your custody for aversion therapy.
It just happens.
I don't like the sound of this.
And you figure it out while you're in it. Or you don't. And you keep going anyway.
I've seen their ads on TV.
I don't like the sound of this.
The first time I saw Twin Peaks, it didn't make sense. I've seen it a bunch of times since, and it still doesn't make sense. Not in the way that it's supposed to make sense, anyway. But it made sense to me, if that makes sense.
Doppelganger!
And that was new. It felt like proof that there were other people out there thinking in the same strange way.
Hello!
And once you catch that signal, you start looking for more.
Be a strange interview. All I remember is that Barry and I were talking about doing something, writing something together.
That's how I found David Lynch's films.
If I might trouble you for a cup of strong black coffee.
Wasn't normal for me either, but it confirmed it.
And in the process engage you with an anecdote of no small amusement.
There was something under the surface, something not clean,
The name is Gordon Cole.
not explained, something real.
Doppelganger!
And then,
And I couldn't help but notice you from the booth.
Lost Highway comes out.
Where was it you think we met?
At your house, don't you remember?
Are you sure?
Of course. As a matter of fact, I'm there right now.
Now you think you understand the rules by this time, and then they're broken again. That's Lynch for you. You get it. And
Different elements. But it has that film noir thing for sure.
You get it, and then you don't. And at the same time, you kind of get it. And that's the feeling.
And, you know, I didn't ever say anything at the time, but I had a fixation on O.J. Simpson.
Not just the film. That's life. You think you understand what's going on, and then something shifts. And suddenly you don't.
The trial, I think, grew out of O.J. Simpson. Here is a guy who, at least, you know, I believe, you know, committed 2 murders, and yet is able to go on living and speaking and golfing.
What's crazy is the guy making all this, he's sitting in Bob's Big Boy, writing on napkins.
I used to go to Bob's Big Boy restaurant every day at 2:30, and I went there for 7 years. And there was a silver goblet shake. It wasn't really ice cream. I went there because I like to have a chocolate milkshake.
Drinking milkshakes, eating the same simple meals every day. Nothing chaotic.
Eating for lunch, tomatoes, tuna fish, feta cheese, and olive oil.
Nothing extreme. No red curtains. No one talking backwards.
Pull the lever and it would come out in kind of a tube of ice cream.
No log ladies. And somehow, that's where all this comes from. A simple life, creating complex worlds.
With a cup of coffee, and I would write on a napkin. I had these things for 7 years. It was like having a desk, and you need paper. There's a piece of paper, and you write on it.
Maybe that's the point. The structure is simple, so the mind can go somewhere else. Because if everything around you is noise, you can't hear anything. But if things are quiet, you start to pick up signals.
At 2:30, it was a Chinese dentist time, but not Chinese dentist time.
Then you've got someone like Chuck D.
Not fall into the hype.
Obama on his way out.
Obama was on the way out, on the way in. So Obama was enough of a facade.
How do you think Obama's going to fare in this?
To be able to say, well, I got my senses, not fall into the hype. When he's out of there, the next one that comes in, or I should say a thorough enemy that don't give a before a real enemy really comes down, not fall into the hype.
No confusion there. No abstraction.
Don't believe the hype.
Direct.
Don't believe the hype.
Clear.
Don't believe the hype.
Call things what they are.
The epitome of public enemy.
When Bush was in, straight out adversary, he was a straight out adversary and told you.
When people in power say things out loud, most people ignore it.
Stories about me.
The radio.
That I am a racist.
Chuck doesn't.
That I am against civil rights.
He points at it.
All because I oppose the Martin Luther King holiday.
He repeats it.
And I will stay opposed to it
The radio.
as long as I am in office.
He makes sure you hear it.
Not fall into the hype.
Because once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
And a philosophy that makes everybody sheep. The New World Order was to blanket the world as everybody sheep.
Because if you don't know what you're up against, you don't know how to move. You have to know the enemy. That's where something like, by the time I get to Arizona, it's not just music, it's direction. It's awareness. It's saying, this is real. Pay attention.
Not fall into the hype.
So now you've got both sides. Internal confusion, external clarity. And you're somewhere in between. And then there's Norm.
What about you? You were turned into a pigeon by a witch.
She was gonna turn me into a pigeon.
Oh.
Norm Macdonald. Now Norm's something else entirely. Because he's funny, or at least that's how it starts with Norm.
I have an addiction
You
too,
know.
and I need help.
Oh.
I just want to say that I used to think that I was better than you people.
You know.
My name is Tony, and I haven't had sex with a dead person in over 2 weeks.
But if you actually listen, he's doing something very specific. He's saying things other people won't say. And he's doing it in a way that lets it slide past.
You know.
This isn't Gamblers Anonymous. It must be down the hall.
Timing.
Earlier when I said I wasn't better than you people, I am. I'm better than you people. I'm gonna leave, all right?
Misdirection.
And if I should happen to die on the hallway, just stay the hell away from me, all right? Keep your hands to yourself.
And patience. He doesn't rush the point. He lets it sit there.
In his book, O.J. Simpson says that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck. When the one guy who would have died for you, you don't get worse luck than that.
And sometimes the joke isn't even the point. The truth is. And it lingers, even after people stop laughing.
You love those uncomfortable moments, though, right?
I like it, yeah. Like with stand-up, if I bomb, I really, really like that. What's funny is, like, all you're really doing is getting up there trying to make people laugh, you know?
Uh-huh.
You try to make people happy.
Yeah.
No reason for them to hate your guts. All you're doing is failing at it.
Right.
You know?
He could have gone another direction with it, but he didn't. Same thing, different lane. And then you land somewhere like Adventure Time. Adventure Time.
Hey, I was trying to read that. That book is above your level. What business are you into? None of your business.
It looks simple.
Talk about it over lunch? If you're buying.
Bright colors. Candy people.
Hey! Hey! Fight!
Jokes.
I'll get something to calm her down.
I've been robbed!
But it's not simple. It's just presented that way. Underneath it, same world. Broken. Strange.
I got some bags and... Wait!
And anything yet, Jake?
Some bags and... Wait! More bags.
Uncertain. But the difference is what you choose to do inside of it. That's the shift. Because at some point, you stop trying to understand everything, and you start deciding how you're going to move through it.
Ow.
Even if it doesn't make sense.
We cut through the forest. Maybe we can head it off at the pass. Sweet.
You still make choices. You still act. And you still try to be something.
Are you Pete Sassafras?
Give back what you stole from LSP. Who?
So you start on a road you don't fully understand. You pass through things that clarify it, things that confuse it, things that flip it upside down, and eventually you end up somewhere that looks lighter. But it's not separate, it's built on everything before it. That's the thing, it's all connected. Oh, and it doesn't really end. It just keeps going. Different channel, same signal.
Ganger.
Oh, and it doesn't really end. It just keeps going. Different channel, same signal.